So my name is Arnaldo. I also go by Arnie. I'm here with my wife Megan, and we just had our first baby, Nico. And so we are very excited to be part of the boulder community. So my wife actually found the well, online before, because we arrived here in August last year. But before arriving to Boulder, we were watching the well online.
Yeah, so we're part of a missional community that meets semi-regularly. And so, yeah, that's been a great way to meet people, to get plugged in. I'm doing the Dig Group launch right now. We've had some challenges with finances, and like you said, we just had our first baby who ended up having some health issues, and it turns out that in Denver is one of the leading surgeons for the type of issue that he has. So we kind of saw God's hand working in all of that it was just, I don't know, the best surgeon is really close to us and makes it really convenient, and God's provided for us financially in ways that we weren't expecting. So we've certainly seen God's hand helping us through some of the challenges of this year.
I think that just moving to Boulder, having a student budget has had some limitations compared to the lifestyle that we had in Ecuador before coming here. And so that change and uncertainty of coming here has been somehow alleviated with the trust that we have in God. And just, being part of the well, trying to see what they do is a great opportunity for God speaking to us, telling us that you have a place here, you have a home, that you should be more involved, you should understand what I have for you. Unfortunately, due to COVID last year, we were locked in our homes. We didn't really had the opportunity to meet a lot of people, but I could see what the well was doing, and I was like, oh, that seems kind of cool. I want to be part of that. It makes sense. And so it just started to click more, and I think that experience is just encourages and motivates you to be more involved in what the well is doing.
I've always grown up tithing, trying to be generous with my finances, but that's a lot easier to do when you have stable jobs and a stable income, and that had always been our experience. In Ecuador, we weren't rich, but we were doing fine. We had enough money to pay our bills and money to spare. And then, like you said, coming here, we both gave up our jobs. Now we're both students. We have a new baby, and of course, Boulder is expensive. So it would have been easy, I think, to just kind of pass on by any means and say, well, when we're doing better. But we just felt like God asked us to be obedient, and if this is what our church is asking of us, and if this is what God is asking of us, then it's something we need to do. Frankly,
it was a little bit confusing at the beginning because it was a lot of things for me to digest. But then it makes sense as it went on because of the commitment, the financial commitment that we made in terms of, God telling me, I'm always going to ask something for you guys. This is not going to stop. It's not that we can have in our comfort zone and thinking that God just wants us to be linear. I think He wants us to keep pushing us and challenging it. And that's why By Any Means seems to us, because we were struggling financially. There's a new baby was on the way, and just the uncertainties, what's going to happen, what's this mean for our finances. But then we understood that if we trusted God and we understood that that's what He really wants to us, and this is just the beginning for that. We tend to have commitments in our daily life with it. In my case, with school, work, things that, even now the baby, we're so busy in our things that keep us preoccupied, but the real commitment should be to God, and I was, we were in the Essentials class, and Chase was saying that, when we receive money, that's God's money, and that we're giving, it's not our money, that we're giving God leftovers, and I think we should, I at least to me, I didn't grow up tithing, it was a new concept for me. It makes sense with time, and I think that By Any Means is an expression of that commitment that you have to be and be generous financially, really commit to what God wants and trust that it's for a good purpose. The journey to commit to God is not easy, right? And you have to be pretty aware of that is not something that is necessarily going to be easy, and it's not retribution, personal retribution, that you really have to understand why you're doing that.
It's not about what I think is going to happen with my finances or what I think is right or wrong. The fact is, God is asking us, be generous, be obedient, give to your local church, give to your community, and so By Any Means initiative is a way to do that. And I think that if anyone's wondering if they should or shouldn't or should continue with their commitment. The fact is, if you're doing what God is asking of you, then I can't guarantee that He'll bless you with millions of dollars, but it's never a bad idea to follow what He's asking of you. I mean, I'm just excited to slowly, or hopefully quickly, become more involved and get into a dig group and meet more of the members of the church, and not just the members, but all the people who attend. And I think it would be great also to have a church, a physical church that we can go to and call our own.
I'm also excited about the idea, that our babies growing and become part of the well. I feel like that's really nice, to know that you have some sort of family. Like, I'm still knowing people there, but I can see that there's so many things that you can do and learn, and I think that I'm excited about the idea that the well is pretty clear about like the goals and expectations that we have and what we do, and just I mean, to me personally, it helps when I know what I'm getting into, and like I know that the primary goal is to follow God, right? But I think that the community can definitely help me that, and understanding that and how the well has put that into practice is exciting.